Hello and welcome to another edition of What Does the Giraffe Say Media with me, Kathleen Retourne. We're an organisation that aims to connect people in conservation by holding live interviews on social media. Today we're heading over to Uganda where we're joined by Eric Ndorere, and he is the co-founder of Uganda Wildlife. So Eric, I'm going to hand over to you. If you could give a brief explanation about yourself for those who don't know you, how you got involved in conservation, and then how the idea of Wildlife Uganda came about.
Okay, to all the viewers, thank you so much for joining us for this live edition, and thank you so much, Catherine, for everything you do and what Giraffe Has to Say Media for putting out wonderful information about the conservation and bringing us together. And just across the world, across the board, we do the same work of the conservation. Every time you sign in, I listen to everyone. And bringing us together and seeing what's happening over the other side of the world is always amazing. So my name is Eric Ndorere. I'm born and raised in Uganda. I've lived entire of my life just very close to the wildlife. I'm raised by the park boundary. I grew up with wildlife, basically just guarding our crops from the baboons, from the monkeys. So I had exposure of the wildlife when I'm still a kid. Also moving with my mother. When she's digging, I'm chasing away monkeys, I'm chasing away birds. So then eventually, surprisingly, then I took the course to major more in wildlife, which was wildlife and tourism management. And then I majored in wildlife conservation. And I did my internship in Mugahinga National Park, which is a national park for the gorillas. Then from there, I got a job to work with the gorillas again in Bwindi Forest National Park. I worked with the gorillas for 2.5 years. So from Bwindi, I moved to Murchison Falls National Park, where they find the giraffes, elephants, lions, buffaloes, different species. So I worked there for 6.5 years, still working with the wildlife. After 6.5 years, then I met a very wonderful gentleman called Julian Fenathi. He runs the Giraffe Conservation Foundation, and he took me through the wildlife capture and translocation, and of which I worked with him working selflessly, moving giraffes across the Nile, moving giraffes to different national parks in Uganda, just dispersing the population. Then after that, I became a general safari guide, moving all over the East Africa, in all national parks in Uganda. And then the game changer came in 2001 when we had the tree climbing lions being killed or poisoned by the communities around, and harvesting some parts like the paws. They harvested the fats, part of the skin and the tail. So these were people from my home area. And I received mails from different people, from Stacy, from all over the world. People would watch everything on the TV and they say, Eric, this is your home area. These are people coming from where you are born from. Why is it happening? And also previously, people had poisoned the lions and the population was really going down. And then when we contacted each other globally, people came up with a solution, said, Eric, you can do something. And I could feel that you can do something. Then we started Wildlife Uganda, just because of the conflict between human being and wildlife. And our aim was to reduce the conflict, and maybe which I'm going to take you through the initiative, whatever we are doing to make sure that the mindset of the communities and everything changes. So that's how I entered into the conservation. So my job now is I'm still a guide, I'm still a safari guide, taking people to different parts of the East Africa, in Uganda, in all national parks. And people call me the different names. I guide across because I've worked with wildlife. I guide in general wildlife. I go in specialized safaris, in bird watching, all over. Then also I take people in the culture, in the communities, and also in the conservation. That's what I do for the living. Yeah.
That's an incredible journey, and thank you so much for the work that you guys are doing in conservation. You touched on it earlier there when you were talking about how the poaching of these lions is something that spurred you to get into action. Now, you've recently just started as well the Lights for Lions project. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about why this project was needed, and kind of how it's been going and any feedback that you've been getting from the local communities.
Okay, thank you so much, Catherine. Actually, when we started the Wildlife Uganda, we had to do a survey in the communities, in all the 11 communities bordering with the Ishasha sector. We wanted to know what would be the reason behind the killing of the lions, the killing of the elephants, sometimes even killing of the buffaloes and even pigs. So we found that basically it was in retaliation. People would retaliate. They have lost the livestock. They have lost cows. They have lost sheep. They have lost goats. They have lost pigs. So someone who has lost a cow, and that's his wares, and that's where they expect to maybe to have the school fees for the kids, even to get milk and get everything, and that's only wares they have. You can't tell them about the lions. So one of the reasons we said now, how can we stop the big cats, predators, mainly the lions, leopards, and hyenas killing livestock? We discovered that there was a system in Kenya being used around the Nairobi National Park, being used in the Maasai village, and also being used in Tanzania. And it had been successful, and there was no breach, and the communities were happy with the system. So through the organization, I had to get connected with other co-founders, Stacy, Sonjo, Richard, and everyone else who had to make an arrangement. Then I traveled to Kenya to work alongside David Maskar, the one fitting these systems around Nairobi National Park and the Maasai village. Luckily enough, I became a good student and I captured everything, every part of the installation. And then I came back in Uganda, and then we started the same installation around Queen Elizabeth National Park, specifically in Hamukungu and Kasenyi Fishing Village. So far, we have fitted 14 units. Yesterday, I fitted the 15th one. And all the units we have fitted, they are working amazingly. No breach recorded. And from the time we fitted these units, we have not had any big cat or any predator like leopards or the hyena being killed by the communities. And the response we are getting from the communities, they are really appreciating. The only challenge we have, we don't have all the units required to cover all the bombers which are in the communities. But so far, so good. We started with the bombers which were just at the extreme end towards the national park. And Catherine, we have got amazing footages of the communities that's sharing with us, like seeing lions, looking at the system, looking at the blinking lights, the twinkling lights at night. They can feel that the cattle or the cows are behind the lights, but they fear to go there because they can't see. They are being confused by the system. Then at the end, the lions and hyenas and leopards, they walk away. The livestock is safe, and the farmers are happy. They're also sleeping the whole night. They're not staying outside. And then they have no reason to poison lions. They have no reason to poison hyenas. They have no reason to poison leopards. So this system is really, really good, and it has done amazing so far in the community. Yeah.
So for those who aren't aware, I mean, you mentioned it a little bit there. You're saying about the blinking lights, and there it's outside the corrals where the cattle or the livestock is. What deters the predators from it? Is it the lights itself? Is it something different is there? How does it work?
Okay, so thank you so much, Catherine. So the way this system works is an automated system. We have got the regulators. It has got the solar on the top, the solar plate. Then it has got a battery. It has got we have got the relay that keeps the lights twinkling. So what happens with the cats when it comes at night? They reject the light. They bring in the layer that adds the light just in their eyes to be able to see at night in darkness. So when this light is blinking, like it goes on and off and off, it doesn't give them opportunity to be able to see what's behind the light. And when the cats are not seeing where they are going, they will never go because they know that maybe someone is on watch and is waiting for them. And the good thing with this system, it has got nothing to do with the farmer. It goes on its own by 7:30 when darkness begins. Then they get off when the lights again is out in the morning. So it works amazingly, even if the farmer has got the function or they are in hospital attending their patients. They know the system is going to go on its own, and then when it gets in the morning, it is going to go off. That's how it works. Yeah.
It's a fantastic initiative. And as Eric just mentioned, if you're watching back home, please do go over to their Facebook page, Wildlife Uganda, and follow them on their social medias, where you are going to be able to see some of the stories and some of the videos that he's been talking about, the work that they have been doing. Switching a little bit then from lions, Eric, you also run a project as part of Wildlife Uganda, running Empowering Women. Now, how does empowering women help conservation in Uganda?
Okay, thanks, Catherine, for that wonderful question. And actually, when we also did survey, we found that actually it was forwarded by the community that if we can empower women and they have the skill, then it will be also another game changer in the community. And we concurred with them because we know once you help a woman, you are helping the whole nation. Because the women, when they're empowered or they have got the skill and they are taking earning at home, they're able to buy food for the kids, they're able to buy the clothes for the kids, and they're able to pay school fees for the kids. On record, women do, they rarely abandon their kids, but men can move away and even they don't know how the kids are sleeping. But women are always by the kids, and also we pick much of the values from our mothers. Like if a mother tells you that please never do this, never kill this animal, is a part of our heritage. That's where we get a living. I'm very sure the kid will never be a poacher. And also we feel that when these women are empowered and they have got they're earning something just from whatever they are doing from the skill they have acquired, then they will be able to educate these kids, and then we are going to stop the vicious circle of breeding poachers. And instead we are going to have the professionals, we are going to have the teachers, we are going to have the guides, we are going to have the park rangers, and we are going to have the doctors. So, and then the behavior of the killing livestock, killing the lions, killing the buffaloes for game meat, and killing the elephants for the ivory, it will stop. Yeah.
And then how does it work with the women? How are you empowering them? What sort of work are they doing to be able to support their families?
So far, Catherine, we have been training these women. We are just 1.5 months down training them how to make high quality baskets, beautiful baskets, how to make the wonderful fabrics, and how to make also the shoes, the handmade shoes. And these are high quality products which are liked by the tourists in the chain. When the tourists are moving they have seen the tree climbing lands, they have seen elephants, now they are going to see the gorillas. They will be passing through the center for these women, and they're able to buy their products. And also those ones who want to support them or give a donation to them, they will be donating direct to them, and this money will go direct to the community and help them in either way, either adding more products in whatever they are doing, or just giving them more skill. And also, actually, Catherine, we are not looking at only women. When we start the major operation, or when we have got everything set, we are going to bring also men on board. We are going to teach them how to do nice carvings, and also how to use the snare wires we get from the national park, the one we diffuse from the national park. Then they can carve the giraffes, they can carve lions, they can carve elephants, they can carve wild hogs, they can carve hippos, and the same wires they are using to catch the elephants, to catch the hippos and buffaloes, and then they will be used in useful way to earn a living in the community. And actually, most of the guys they have started handing over even the hunting equipments, like even the wires and everything. That's how the game is changing very fast.
That's fantastic. And I absolutely love the fact that you're turning something that is so deadly to wildlife into something that can be turned into something beautiful and help support wildlife. So it's a fantastic initiative. Congratulations on what you're doing. And is it the idea, I know as well, that you're looking at building or you are in the process of building a community centre. Is the idea then that you're going to be doing like the lessons and the classes here, and also maybe doing some of the sales from there for tourists? What's the idea behind the centre?
Okay, Catherine, this center is going to be a main game changer for Wildlife Uganda and for conservation in general around Queen Elizabeth National Park. In the whole park, there is no any community center, and it's going to be the first of its own kind. People in these particular areas around the Queen Elizabeth National Park, they have not benefited much from the tourism and from conservation in general. And actually, from our survey, we found out that they had no tangible benefits from the national park. And putting up the center, and this is a center which is going to have also display and the training area for the communities where we can bring on these women and we keep skilling them, giving them different skills, how to make baskets and make fabrics, also men, and also introducing to them how to do carving and everything. And also we plan to bring in the young people at this center, those ones who have not acquired higher education, who dropped out from maybe from the high school rower or from the kindergarten or from the primary school. And we teach them how they can have the basics in hospitality and how they can track down the animals, and they work as a guide, as site guides just in the lodges around, and how they can also be conservationists and how they can be a part of the center and pass on the message of the conservation and perhaps sensitize the rest of the country about the importance of the conservation. Then it will be having that display point where the tourists are going to come and look at the products we make in this kind of the community, and they will buy these community products, and the money will go direct into the communities. The way we do it, when you produce the basket, we tag the name for the lady on the basket, and when the money is got from the basket, maybe someone has bought the basket, then this money will go direct to this family. And then that money definitely will change a lot, or it will be a supplement to whatever they are having in the family. And then also it's going to have the washrooms where the tourists can stop and freshen up. And also we teach them about the conservation, and we teach them how it is to live alongside wildlife. Sometimes when the tourists get to see the elephants, they see lions, they see hyenas, they see leopards, they feel happy, but they don't know what it takes to live alongside these animals. They don't know that people are staying outside guarding their crops. They don't know that it's very hard to live alongside that big elephant with big tusks. When he crosses over the community, in the community, in a short while, it's going to raise down the hectares of the corn, hectares of bananas. So we teach them. Also want to get the tourists involved. Even if they are back home, they are in DC, they are in New York, they are in London, they are in anywhere. They are in Milan, they get to know that in Uganda we saw the elephants, but also we are told how they are very destructive to the communities and how people bring whatever they can to make sure they live alongside them. Yeah, so we are going to also to do that.
And that's one of the things I really love about your organization is obviously the aim of it when it started was looking at protecting wildlife. But by doing so, you're also bringing in so much of the communities around your area and trying to empower them and educate those as well. I understand there's a school that you work alongside as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, very, very correct, Catherine. Yeah, we support a school called Queen Elizabeth Primary School. This is a school where we admit the kids from the much vulnerable families, the kids from the reformed poachers, the kids who have been neglected, maybe double orphans, who have got no money at all to pay school fees, and maybe who had no chance whatsoever to go to school. Because when the kids are like that, then they are much vulnerable to do wrong things. They end up being poachers, or they end up being recruited in a big gang, like in a long group, and then you find that they are the ones poisoning lions, or they have been sent in the park by the rich guys to go and harvest whatever they want. We call them the international poachers. So they can use that kind of the opportunity to find these young kids who have got no exposure, who have never got education, and then they get to use them to go in the park and kill wildlife. So when we educate them and then they become professionals, as I said earlier, we deny anyone access these kids or to this younger generation. And then we are breeding the generation of the conservationists. And eventually they will take over from us. And then we see again wildlife flourishing. And also, Catherine, we don't only look at the wildlife conservation, and also we look at the well-being of the people. Even if we have got hundreds of the thousands of the elephants and hundreds of the thousands of the lions, but people are suffering alongside the park. It doesn't make sense to me. So what we are doing conservation for the wildlife, and also looking at improving the standards of the living for the people bordering with this wildlife. So we want to achieve coexistence, but in a more beneficial way. So we want the win-win situation where we have got the wildlife shooting up, and also we have got the communities benefiting direct from the wildlife or indirectly from the wildlife. Yeah, that's what we are looking at.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. And I think it's admirable what work you guys are doing. Conservation can be difficult. It is challenging. It can be sometimes a one step forward, two step back kind of scenario. What would you say is your biggest challenge, and how do you stay motivated?
Yeah, that one is a bit challenging question, but what I can say, Catherine, like conservation or being participating in the conservation work, or offering your time and yourself to do conservation, I would call it a self-sacrifice, and also the love for nature, and feeling that we can, having a feeling that we can make a change, we can leave an impact behind, and we can make this world a better place for everyone, and also for the creatures around us. And also conservation basically is you and yourself and your brain getting to know that this world needs a bit of the change. These creatures around us, they need to be conserved, and maybe we can hand them over to another generation, and then they get to know that maybe our forefathers, they left this kind of the world to us in a better way, other than leaving it in a worse situation for the next generation. And actually, if I can tell you what we go through, like the unit we installed yesterday, it was donated by the Hutchison family. We had to install it when it was raining. We got stuck somewhere in the mud as we were going in the community. We had to call in people to come and push us. We had to leave the truck behind. We had to walk to the community. So basically, it's a self-sacrifice. Even like what you are doing, you would have done something maybe different, maybe being a banker, working in a banker, getting a lot of money, or in another business. But you chose to give out the information and also be a part of conservation and learning everyone behind the conservation. So thank you so much for what you are doing, Catherine. Just the same way, what you are doing is what I'm doing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Eric. That's lovely. You're making me blush.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing to help wildlife in Uganda, what would it be? What big changes do you think? What would make the biggest difference to wildlife?
The biggest difference would be creating much awareness, like doing extreme sensitization to every Ugandan, not only to every Ugandan, to mankind globally. And they get to know that we have to conserve the nature, Mother Nature, and we have to work as a team. And then we make this world better for everyone and for the creatures around us. That's what I would say.
And do you think attitudes are changing? Do you think people in your area or Uganda as a whole, do you think people are more aware of the impact and the necessity of having wildlife and why we need to look after it?
Yeah, Catherine, that's the question we are trying to answer. People can always value something when they have got any, like people can always protect something, or they attach the value on any kind of the thing if they are benefiting from it. So if people are not benefiting from the wildlife, if they are not benefiting from the conservation, especially the communities along the front line, they will not always put any attachment to the wildlife. Me and you, we know that we can protect these animals, and then we can have the tourists coming to see them. Then we can also look at them, they're beautiful creatures, and we can hand them over to the next generation. But look at the person who has lost like maybe 5 cows to a lion, and that's only wealth he had accumulated in lifetime. Such a person will never say that the lions are good. We can't tell them that the elephants are good when he has lost 10 hectares of corn. So he would rather live without elephants or live without lions. So what we are doing, when people are benefiting, they will always attach the value. When I worked with the gorillas, Catherine, people never liked gorillas. By then, the gorilla tourism was very, very low. We would stay like for the week without tourists. Even 2 weeks, we would have one person. So people wanted the forest. They wanted to grow crops. They wanted to grow corn. They wanted to grow coffee. But now, as I talk now, the communities around, they like gorillas. They call them our gorillas. They call the forest our forest. So together we can change the mindset of the people around the Queen Elizabeth National Park. They can call lions our lions. They can call elephants our elephants. So we can. I feel we can do it, and we are on the right track to do it. Yeah.
I completely agree as well, and I do think people are starting to realise that you can't have conservation without community support and community empowerment. So I think the work that you guys, as I said earlier, is fantastic. If someone's watching back home and they are interested in being able to support you guys, what would be the best way for them to go about doing it?
Okay, you can support us in a different way. One, even following us on our page, liking our page, and following whatever we do. It gives us also the courage, and we feel we have got the conservationists out there. People like what we are doing, and even like dropping a comment and even following us on this live chat where we feel that you are a conservationist anywhere you are, even if you are far away, thousands of the kilometers from us. Then also you can support us by dropping a donation, whether it's small, whether it's $1, any coin, it can make a change in the community. Then you can follow our Instagram page. You'll find there the donation page. It's just under the Sahaya International. It's a non-governmental organization registered in the US, and it's a tax-free. They agreed, they put us under their umbrella just to be able to collect small donation, whatever they pick, to be able to support the conservation. Actually, when you follow the link, they have done wonderful things globally, helping us. So they came on the ground and they saw what we are doing. They said, now we can help you. Maybe people out there, they might need to donate. You need a page where they can donate, and then they don't get taxed. So they have helped us to create that kind of the page, donation page. You can follow us on Instagram and also on Facebook. When you log in the Wildlife Uganda, still you can follow, and you find the donation page. And also, if you follow the Sahaya International, still it will lead you to our donation page. You can ask about the Wildlife Uganda, and then it will take you direct to our donation page. Yeah, thank you so much.
Excellent, thank you, Eric. And yeah, I do recommend, if you are watching back home, to do go follow their socials. They've got some lovely stories on there. You can see the work that the women are doing with their baskets, for example. You can also see some of the work that they're doing with the schools. So it's a really nice visual way to really kind of get an understanding of the work that Wildlife Uganda are doing. Okay, Eric, so I've only got one more question left. If you're watching back home and you'd like to pop a comment to Eric, please do so. Just put it in the comment section and I will do exactly that for you. If you're watching and it's not live, but you do have a question that you'd like to ask, please do. Please put it into the comment section and one of us will be happy to get back to you. So Eric, basically I wanted to find out what's next for Wildlife Uganda. What's in the future for you guys?
Thank you so much, Catherine. The future we are looking at now and what we are doing now is to have the community center operational, to have it really constructed and done. So far we have put some materials. We have got the logs on the site. We have got underground water. We have got the bricks. We have got the sand. We have got the contractor, but we are still lacking the main funds just to have the structure up, which we hope that maybe eventually we can have anyone else there or the well wishers, whoever will come in to support and have this center operational. That's what we are looking at. Then the second one, we are looking at continuing with the training of women, and also skilling them and having them ready in case the center is operational. Then they're able to kick off their work and also bring their products on the center, and then we set off. Then another one we are looking at continuing installing the lights. As I said, we are going to install more units, because out of the 50 units we want to install, we have only installed now, we have installed 15. So we still have a long way to go. That's also the line we are going to be pursuing, and we are continuing until we have got all the bombers in the community covered. Then the final one, we are continuing to support the kids of the Queen Elizabeth Primary School, and we have to change the mindset of everyone, and we have to have the future of the conservationist. Once we have got these kids educated and move back in the communities and speak with everyone around, I feel that we are going to have the mindset change, and everyone around the Queen Elizabeth National Park is going to be conservationists. That's how we are looking at it. Yeah.
I love it. It's a fantastic attitude.
Yeah.
We've had some lovely comments from people all around the world who've been tuning in, watching. So thank you everyone back home for all your positivity and support and for cheering everyone on. We've had people commenting saying that they're very proud of the work that you're doing, and they're hoping other organisations can follow in the lead that you're doing with the work that you're doing with the community. So well done. Is there anything you'd like to say, Eric, before we say goodbye?
Okay, maybe as we say goodbye, as we conclude, thank you so much for everyone who is watching us. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for whatever you do for the conservation and mankind. And I feel that the future will judge you right, and will judge everyone giving back to Mother Nature right. And whoever is watching us, please, thank you so much. You can tell everyone about the Wildlife Uganda, and you can be a conservationist where you are. Even if you are not supporting us, but so long as you are supporting conservation, let's be maybe in Botswana, let's be in Kenya, let's be in Tanzania. But the most important thing, we are calling you to join us and join this kind of the noble cause, join this kind of the movement and the initiative, where we are going to have the communities working alongside us and working tirelessly to conserve wildlife in Queen Elizabeth National Park. And maybe eventually we can move also in other national parks, and then we call it a success. And then the future will say, this kind of the generation, they worked amazingly and they turned everything around, and now we're enjoying the wildlife and it's benefiting the whole country. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric. Absolutely love your positivity there. And thanks again to everyone back home for all your support. If you have enjoyed the show, please give it a like, comment, or share. The more people that see it, the more awareness we can do to help these organisations such as Wildlife Uganda, and the more awareness we can create for people who may not be in understanding of conservation, just the different kinds of work that everyone does around the world to help protect our planet. But for me, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.